Now, I know this video is going to get a dislike from you right away for you just wandering into this whole situation, but give me a second, relax, listen to the video before you actually, just decide from the title of the video why I'm wrong. First of all, I hate skill-based matchmaking. I think it's dumb. I think the fact that it exists, and the whole point of this video you're going to see is that it has to exist, and the fact it does exist is the same point together in how Call of Duty will never, ever be how it used to be, and why skill-based matchmaking is actually important now, and why it has changed, and how it's not something we're ever going to escape. And if you expect skill-based matchmaking to not be around, it's just like expecting Call of Duty to return to how it used to be. It just can't happen. Now, skill-based matchmaking, for those who don't know, you're under a rock. It's basically grouping players together in a game based upon their skill-based matchmaking. So, you get put together with people of equal skill around about a more or less way. Now, people hate this a lot because it turns to sweatfest because you're always playing against people just as good as you. There's never really an opportunity for you to play against a worse player and maybe get some good games or have a little more fun, because it's not always fun to be playing in an NBA playoff type situation, Game 7 finals, and it's just super, oh my God, you got to play so hard, Sometimes it's fun just to go out and play, some pickup games as an analogy against, lesser skills and get some alley-oop dunks to destroy them and hit all the shots. That's fun too, right? That's what the regular season is like. It's not a actual ranked gameplay playlist sort of style for a Call of Duty in comparison. And I totally agree with that. And that's why people don't like skill-based matchmaking, is because, if you get better, you're just going to get against, people who are better. And you're never, ever really, are you going to improve? Like, is there a skill gap? Are you as good as you're going to get at Call of Duty at a certain point? And you can't get any better, and you'll be stuck playing against the same players over and over again. And then you got to weigh into the fact that skill-based matchmaking trumps the connection-based matchmaking. So, there's less people in the pool to choose from. So you have, more latency or higher ping. And there's all kinds of issues that go along with that. But because the Call of Duty community has changed, because Call of Duty isn't what it used to be, it seems that skill-based matchmaking in some iteration, not saying the Modern Warfare skill-based matchmaking is where it should be at or how we should implement it, but here's the thing, man, and this is why skill-based matchmaking is actually needed now, and why it is an example of how Call of Duty will never be how it used to be, and be how it was, I guess, for a lot of OG Call of Duty stud muffins like myself, and return to the former glories, because Call of Duty is the same game it has been for 12 years, 11 years, since COD 4, Modern Warfare broke in the scene and changed the game forever as far as Call of Duty and multiplayers go, for that matter. I know Halo fans will think otherwise, but, but it's been about 11 years, 12 years since that game hit the scene, and it hasn't changed, and the game's the same every year. So if you're good at one Call of Duty, the next year is going to be the same Call of Duty, so you've been practicing the same game every year. There is no skill gap anymore for really anybody who's playing. I play Call of Duty now, and I'm not that great, and I'm not the best. I can compare between like a 1.5 to 2 kill death ratio. Like, it's above average. It's, according to most people, it's better than average by far. The average guy's around 1 or so, but 1.5 to 2 is like getting a B in school, kind of speaking. We get above 2 kill death ratio now into the A category and A pluses. Or you just reverse boost against disabled gamers like Korean Savage does. But everybody is around a 1.5 more or less. Everyone's like a C plus average gamer now. And a lot more gamers as well are getting Bs. Like, it's like Asian students out here. It's like normal to see Bs and As now as far as gamers go and as far as their skill in Call of Duty. And every year, like I said, it's been the same game, and people could play it the same way. And the meta is pretty much the same every year. Point and click, aim and shoot, left, right, trigger, slide, the jump shot and around corner, drop shot and the quick scoping. So if you're good from one year, you'll be the same next. And if there's no skill gap and the game hasn't changed, more people start to populate the game who have a history with that game, who know how to play that game. So therefore, the next year, it's not going to be any, actually a big, huge influx of news, because it's an old game and it's not exactly growing from year to year. It's not like all of a sudden, you have a huge influx from like COD 4 to Modern Warfare 2, where you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people playing the game for the first time, after the popularity of COD 4 sort of got out, and then like the next year, and you have way more people showing up, so you have a lot bigger connection of noobs. It's not really that way. Most people who play Call of Duty now have been playing it for a long time. It's not their first rodeo, and gaming is extremely popular, and first-person shooters and online multiplayers are extremely popular. So it just comes down to the fact that everyone is really good. And the skill-based matchmaking is only really there to protect like the really newbie players, because like, you know, when we first started playing COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, if you got 25, 30 kills, that was like an amazing game. Now dudes drop 100 and no one cares. Like, the people have just gotten so much better at it, and there is very few super newbie dubes out there. So skill-based matchmaking is needed just for the simple fact to protect the really newbie people, because the people who are just brand new to online shooters and Call of Duty would be so far outmatched from, you know, just even the average person who carries a 1 now. A 1 KD now, you put that person back like in Modern Warfare 2 or COD 4, probably a 2 KD. Probably dominating. Like, the skill has just gotten so much better. Like, every lobby I'm in, and like I said, I'm not that great. I'm like a BA average student gamer, I guess, when it comes to Call of Duty. Every lobby I'm in is just filled with like dudes jump shotting and, you know, quick scoping. Like, it just seems like it's, what the hell? No one misses shots. Everyone, long story short, is good at Call of Duty now. And the people who aren't good at it are so far behind that they need to have a safe space for them to play in, because I've played in some of those lobbies. Like, you can reverse boost in those lobbies, and it's like playing basketball against Ricky Berwick. And the gap between that to what is, you know, like a 1 KD is so big, and the gap between 1 to 1.5 is not that big, that everybody is sort of more or less just good at the game, is the point I'm trying to get to. But, you know, there is an idea you can maybe have like a boot camp for people who are new to the game. But listen, playing for 2 months or a month or 2 weeks at boot camp isn't going to equate to people who've been playing the game for 10 years, 5 years, 6 years with their scuffed gaming controllers, etc., etc. So understand why we need some form of skill-based matchmaking, because it's just the landscape of online gaming has changed, and that's just how it's going to be. Like, there's nothing you can do about it, man. It just is what it is. And even if there wasn't skill-based matchmaking, you probably wouldn't notice that big of a difference at the end of the day, because you're just going to be playing against really good players all the time. And maybe like one dude in the lobby will be horrible and he'll go 5 and 50, and everyone else will just go around, you know, 10 and 10 or whatever, 20 and 13 or 18 and 12 or 11 and 11. You know what I'm saying? Everyone will just sort of be in that medium area. So that's what I'm coming to the conclusion of. Print Master Broda was telling me too, he'd been an example about Street Fighter and how Street Fighter nowadays is like that. I mean, these people have been playing with the same characters for year after year after year, and they're just so good with it. And everybody is good at Street Fighter. It's just, there's no skill gap. Everyone's just good. And that's just what gaming has come to. Like, you're not going to find very many noobs anymore playing Call of Duty. It is what it is. So hope you enjoyed the video. I made thoughts. Thank you for watching. I hope people listen to this video, maybe agree or disagree. I don't know. Let's just have a little talk in the conversation down below in the comments. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, or why I may be right, or why you may think I'm wrong. Who knows? There is no right opinion here. It's all just opinions. And opinions are just like, you know, buttholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink. So be cool, stay school, question authority, don't hide, crack, or to bring you down. Peace out.